Okay, it has been an experience going to open for inspections and seeing the skill level of the real estate agents, that the vendor, the people selling the house, are contracting them to be there to do the best possible job to sell and move their house on for the best price possible. I've seen good people. As you can see, they're caring, they want to have, they present well, all that sort of stuff, but very little awareness, very little skill when it comes to the science of ethical persuasion. From the moment you're greeted, from what they put on display in the home, how to present themselves, even there were big differences. Then what they say to you, or more importantly, what they don't say to you, right? And I gave them all the opportunity. I looked around, I listened to what came out of them on their own. And then sort of before I was ready to go, I would just ask, is there anything else I should know? As in, an open opportunity to tell me, to sell me anything. Tell me any benefits, any uniquenesses. Very little came out. Yeah, corporate fees and something about car parking spaces, which is good. But there's an infinite amount of things that are unique about a property that you could highlight, and that care wasn't there. As in care, if you represent somebody, you should be doing your homework, right? You should find out where the local schools are, and you should tell people if they ask you, what should I know? Right? You can't just assume that everybody reads everything that's on your website or on a listing online. If somebody asks, when you're communicating with people, you gotta get as much in there as you comfortably can to point out what the strengths are of this property. And it was, it was eye-opening to see. I knew that I was going to see something like this, because a lot of salespeople, lovely people, good communicators, but when it comes to skill, they're often lacking the finer knowledge about the science of persuasion. Now, I would assume that, I wouldn't know actually, maybe 20–30% of these people might have actually read the book Influence. But even if that is the case, you can see it's not coming out, right? And that's because you can, if you're looking at this to learn, it's very nice, it can get you excited, it can get you intrigued, but you're not going to implement it, maybe once or twice, but there's nobody that is coaching you that your approach is correct or incorrect. And so you're not sure you're doing it correctly, and so you stop doing it. And so all these professionals, even if they had heard of this, they're not implementing it. So, which is very sad for the vendors. So the worst thing I've seen was an apartment where I went into, and the agent stayed outside, didn't even come inside. Played on his phone the entire time, took my name and number, then let me go inside. When I came outside, I asked him, is there anything I should know about this? No, not really. That was it. That was it. And I'm thinking, wow. And you're paying that person to represent you? Very, very poor form. And yeah, indicative of skills just not there. So anyway, I'll cut this video off, and I'll record a couple of videos with some pointers for real estate agents. I'm hoping that these videos get found. And if they do get found and you are in Melbourne, do yourself a favor, don't tell your colleagues I'm going around doing this. Right? You could be half as lucky for me to go actually spend my time going through one of your open for inspections and analyze it to see what you're doing and what you're not doing, right? Because I'm going to, of course, I want to help all these estate agents, right? It's not difficult to learn about persuasion science, and it's easy to implement, it's costless to implement, and it's ethical. It benefits both sides. So they should know, and we'll teach them. And I'm going to approach these agencies. I'm going to approach their boss. And I'm going to give them an analysis of what they weren't doing. And, you would hope that professionals like that would shake them awake. And it's not all that costly to learn these skills. So yeah, anyway, we'll help them out. We'll sort them out. And also, you know, for the buyers, this also helps. You know, with ethical persuasion, if you raise the facts to the surface that actually matter to the buyer, they're actually important, provided it's genuine, of course, right? It's ethical persuasion, it's not unethical persuasion or manipulation. Then both parties benefit. And I'm sure there was things about the properties I went in today that me as a buyer, I should have known, should have heard from them. Maybe things that, you know, are not important to everybody, right? But for the right person, those facts would have been the big alarm bell that this is the right property. And if they were ready to move, that might make a move. And I didn't see so much of that. So anyway, I hope you found this interesting. Give us a like, follow my channel, and yeah, there's a lot more videos to learn from. And there's also some free ethical persuasion introductory e-learning guides that you can have access to. Go to our website, completeinfluence.com, and go and get yourself access to one of these guides. Some of them are very industry specific, like health, automotive, retail. There's also a general one, but there's also one for real estate, right? So all these people I've seen today should be on that tomorrow. But anyway, we'll prepare a little report and we'll go over their efforts to get somebody to the point of going to an open for inspection, and I will analyze it and point out everything they're missing. All right, cool. Share this. Thank you. See ya.